What's up guys, my name is Ace, and the Season 2 roadmap for Modern Warfare 2 is here, and as a 6v6 player, this is even more disappointing than I expected. I had my expectations very low, and they still managed to disappoint. So we are going to be covering the details of this today. Just keep in mind, this is going to get a little ranty at times, but I do feel that this deserves a bit of a rant, at least from the perspective of a 6v6 player. But let's start this video off going over some of the DMZ details, as well as the multiplayer details, before we get into my thoughts and opinions on this. Keep in mind, we're not talking about Warzone at all, because I have less than zero interest in Battle Royales at this point. So for DMZ, we are getting the new exclusion zone, or the new map, called Ashika Island, and this is going to be much smaller than Al Mazrah, and I'll definitely be hopping in with DMZ to check this new map out. We're also getting a new faction called the Crown Faction, so that should unlock a bunch of new missions for us. There's going to be a new boss on Ashika Island as well, called Bomb Maker, so similar to the Chemist, now we have a Bomb Maker that we have to go after, and there will be a new weapons case on Ashika Island as well. On top of that, something that applies to DMZ is for many of the points of interest on Al Mazrah, there will be updates and changes to them. As for something that applies to all of the modes, let's talk about the new weapons that they're adding to the game. The first one that comes at launch with Season 2 is the ISO Hemlock. This is an assault rifle, and it will be part of the Expedite platform, and this one will be unlocked in the free version of the Battle Pass for the game. Additionally, at launch, we will be getting the KV Broadside Shotgun, which is a cast-off platform shotgun. I think it's loosely based on the Sega 12 shotgun, and this is going to be the fastest-firing semi-auto shotgun in the game. Again, this will be included in the free version of the Battle Pass for Season 2. Additionally, at launch, the dual Kodachis from Modern Warfare 2019 are coming back as well, and with this, it says you'll have a longer range attack. However, it does have a slower strafe and sprint speed compared to a knife. Additionally, within the launch window of Season 2, so not right at launch, but shortly after, we should be expecting the crossbow as well, and this is going to be fitted into the marksman rifle category, and it looks like based on their description, it's good to see that they're going to allow a fair amount of customization, just like we saw in Modern Warfare 2019. So you're going to have unique ammunition types like explosive bolts probably, for instance, or thermite bolts. And also a little balancing thing they confirmed is the standard bolts will be undetectable by trophy systems. So that's good to see. I'm actually really looking forward to getting my hands on the crossbow. That's probably the thing I'm most excited for in this entire update, aside from perhaps the infected game mode, but we'll get into modes in a little bit. But finally, for new weapons, they confirmed in the mid-season update, we're going to be getting a new marksman rifle called the Tempest Torrent, and also a new lethal piece of equipment, which is the Shuriken. I assume it's just going to be balanced the same way as the throwing knife, and it's more of like a cosmetic change, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out with that one. And with that, we can now move on to the multiplayer-specific content, because I'm not going to get into cosmetic content that doesn't affect gameplay at all here. And with Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, ranked play is coming. That has been confirmed a long time ago. I'm glad to see that it's finally coming to the game. It would have been nice to see it added much sooner into the game, but at least it's here. And as far as we can tell, it looks like they're going to be handling it very similar to Vanguard's ranked play, which if they do, that's good news. I do think Vanguard did a good job with ranked play. And they also confirmed in the mid-season update, we will be getting the second raid as well. Then for multiplayer maps, we're getting two 6v6 multiplayer maps, neither of which are new maps. We're getting another remake of Dome, which that map has been remade so many times over the years, including just last year with Vanguard, so I'm so excited to play that once again. And then we're getting Valderas Museum, which we had access to in the beta of the game. It was marketed as a part of the full game as well, and I believe they had to remove it due to legal issues, but apparently that's all sorted out now, so they can include it here as brand new content for us to enjoy. And that's it when it comes to 6v6 maps, so I don't know, maybe 6 months into this game, we'll finally get a brand new multiplayer map that we've never played before. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. They'll probably disappoint us once again. On top of that, we are getting two battle maps, which is nice to see. I hope they play well. The first one is going to be Zaya Observatory, which we do have access to in Spec Ops Survival, and I think that could play out well for Ground War potentially. That part includes Dome as part of the map as well. And then also for battle maps, we have Al Malik International, which looks like it's going to be the airport area on the Warzone/DMZ map. And that's it for our season of maps for multiplayer. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about progression. Basically, with this season, unlike previous seasons with other Call of Duties, we're not getting our rank reset back to rank 55. Instead, you maintain your current rank, but they're just unlocking another 250 levels. So now, throughout this season, you can get all the way up to rank 500, and then once you do, which many will do before the mid-season update even hits, you are once again stuck and XP becomes completely meaningless for you. Now, finally, for game modes, at launch, we're going to be seeing Infected, which I am quite excited to see Infected and how it plays in this game, although there was no mention of Specialist in the blog post, and I think the mode really hinges on whether or not it's going to have some kind of a Specialist ability where you gain power over time as you continue to kill Infected, so we'll just have to wait to see how that one plays out. Gun game is also going to be included at launch with Season 2, and the grind game mode as well, where you have to collect tags from downed enemies and then deposit them in a location. Now, in season, we're going to be getting Drop Zone, which is a returning mode, All or Nothing, which is a returning mode, and One in the Chamber, which is also a returning mode. So no brand new game modes with this, no brand new 6v6 maps with this. We are getting a couple brand new battle maps, which is nice, although they are just chunks of the existing El Mazrah map. Ranked play is coming, some new guns are coming, and that's what we've been waiting for all of this time of silence from the developers. And like I said at the beginning, my expectations were low going into this, and they still didn't meet those expectations. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're making the game worse with this update. A lot of these things are steps forward, they're steps in the right direction, and there are a few things in here that I'm excited to check out. But having said that, especially for how long we've gone without a meaningful update in this game, this feels like a slap in the face to the people that actually bought and paid for the full version of the game with no interest in playing the free games that are attached to it. And as a result, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. This is the first time since they introduced seasonal systems to Call of Duty where I will not be buying the Battle Pass. This may hurt my income a little bit because I won't have the brand new guns right away at the beginning of the season. I'll still try to get the gun guides out just through custom match testing and stuff. But quite simply, the way I see it, Battle Passes are designed for games as a service. And for the paid version of the game, we're not talking about the free-to-play aspects, Warzone and DMZ. For the paid version of a AAA title, I expect far more than what we're seeing here. And it seems like over time, this just keeps getting worse and worse. And if you're feeling the same way as me, if you're disappointed by the level of support that the paid version of this game is receiving, I highly encourage you to do the same. If I can do it as a content creator that covers this game full time and I'll be losing out on income as a result of it, you can do it too. The level of support for the regular multiplayer experience in Call of Duty has been going downhill in recent years, and it seems like they keep conditioning us to expect less and less. And if we don't speak with our wallets, nothing will ever get better here. So that's what I'm doing this time around. I encourage you to do the same. Of course, it's your money, spend it how you want. If you are happy with this level of support, by all means, go for it. But if you're unhappy, please don't support this system. And with that, this is where I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What are your thoughts on the Season 2 roadmap for Modern Warfare 2? I guess it would also help if you are leaving a comment with your opinions. Please let me know which modes you play. Like, do you actively play Warzone, DMZ, and multiplayer? Or maybe just one or two of those modes. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.